Welcome to Victoria House, where every corner tells a story. Join us as we explore the beauty, charm, and unique essence of this incredible home. Whether you're here for inspiration, design ideas, or simply to enjoy a virtual tour, you're in the right place. Let's step inside and uncover what makes Victoria House truly special. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest videos. Let's get started. Grandmacore isn't just a style, it's a feeling. It taps into the deep psychological need for comfort, memory, and connection. In this video, we explore why soft, worn, and nostalgic spaces feel so safe. We'll discuss how color psychology, like dusty rose and moss green, lowers stress, and why imperfect textures, chipped paint, frayed lace, weathered wood, stimulate positive emotions. You'll learn to build a layered interior where every object has meaning. A childhood toy turned art, a handwritten recipe taped to a cabinet. This is not decoration, it's emotional curation. Perfect for small homes, urban lofts, or anyone craving a retreat from digital noise. We cover how to blend authenticity with elegance so your space feels lived in but never messy. No trend chasing, just timeless warmth. Ideal for viewers searching cozy vintage home or emotional interior design. don't need a renovation budget to achieve a Grandmacore glow. In this video we show 5 real-world low-cost hacks using common household items. Vinegar plus sandpaper to distress furniture naturally, old books as shelf supports wrapped in burlap, and repurposing window frames into floating shelves. We also teach how to make hand-dyed floral curtains from fabric scraps using tea or coffee. These aren't trendy tricks, they're timeless skills passed down from grandparents. Each hack is tested, visual, and simple to follow. Whether you're in a studio flat or a tiny farmhouse, these ideas maximize emotional impact without sacrificing space. Colors in Grandmacore aren't just pretty, they're calming. We break down the 2025 palette. Dusty rose for warmth, moss green for nature, peachy beige for softness, and soft lavender for dreaminess. We compare real paint brands, Benjamin Moore, Faro and Ball, local Indonesian paints, for accurate tones. Learn how to layer colors. Base coat of warm white, then a top coat dipped in tea for subtle blush. We also share a pro tip. Layering 2 matte finishes creates depth without gloss. This video is essential for anyone searching shabby chic paint colors or vintage room color combinations. No more guessing, just science-backed serenity. Turn old glass bottles or jars into unique floral vases using simple tea dyeing. We show how to mix acrylic paint with vinegar and tea for natural, crackled petals. Add hand-painted daisies or forget-me-nots with a tiny brush. Seal with matte varnish for durability. These vases fit perfectly on kitchen counters, shelves, or bedside tables. They're not just decor, they're conversation starters tied to nostalgia. Blending old-world charm with sleek contemporary pieces can feel risky, but with a few visual balance tricks it becomes a seamless conversation between eras. Start by choosing one anchor antique, a weathered wooden dresser, a brass chandelier, or a hand-painted ceramic vase, and place it where the eye naturally lands. Then introduce two modern accents, think matte black lamp, a glass coffee table, or a minimalist metal shelf, to create a rule of three rhythm that keeps the space from feeling chaotic. Keep the color palette cohesive. Pull a muted pastel or dusty neutral from the antique item and echo it in the modern pieces. Use negative space deliberately. Allow breathing room on walls and floors so each item can be appreciated. Finally, finish with layered textures, linen, reclaimed wood, and soft velvet, so the juxtaposition feels tactile rather than visual clutter. This approach satisfies the growing search demand for antique-modern mix, while keeping the overall vibe warm, lived-in, and perfectly Grandmacore. quilted throw is more than a blanket. It's a tactile statement that instantly injects warmth into any petite room. Choose a hand-stitched patchwork in muted pastels, dusty rose, sage green and creamy ivory, to echo the Grandmacore palette. Drape the throw over a distressed armchair, the back of a reclaimed wooden bench, or even hang it on a wall as a decorative tapestry. For an extra vintage twist, lightly distress the edges with sandpaper and a touch of tea stain, giving the fabric an aged, lived-in look. Pair the throw with soft, natural fiber pillows and a slight layering of lace to heighten the textural harmony. This simple, budget-friendly upgrade is highly searchable under quilted throws for cottage decor, and creates a nest-like atmosphere that invites viewers to linger in the video. Transform a cheap IKEA dresser or thrift store table into a shabby chic centerpiece with a 3-step distress technique. First, sand the surface lightly to remove the glossy sealant, revealing the raw wood. Next, apply a 2-tone paint combo, a base coat in an off-white or pastel, then a thin top layer of muted sage or peach. While the top coat is still wet, use a steel brush or damp rag to wipe away paint in high-traffic areas, creating a weathered look. Finally, seal with a matte wax for a soft sheen that feels authentically vintage. Add hand-carved hardware, aged brass knobs, to complete the transformation. This tutorial targets DIY distressed furniture searches and shows viewers how to achieve a high-impact, low-cost makeover that fits any small cottage layout. A gallery wall is the perfect canvas for storytelling in a compact cottage. Choose mixed media frames, distressed wood, antique gold, and weathered metal to create visual interest while staying within the Grandmacore vibe. Fill them with family black and white portraits, vintage botanical prints, and handwritten recipes on aged parchment. To avoid clutter, follow the 3x3 grid rule. Limit the arrangement to 9 pieces, spacing them evenly about 2-3 cm apart. Add a single oversized vintage map as the centerpiece, anchoring the collection. Finish with a hand-painted sign reading "Memories and Moments." This approach aligns with high search terms like gallery wall ideas for small spaces and delivers a personal, cozy focal point that elevates the room without overwhelming it. Windows are the soul of a cottage. We teach how to layer sheer lace curtains inside, wooden batten blinds in the middle, and rope tassels outside. We even show how to make your own rope from fabric strips. This creates depth, privacy, and romantic charm. Enjoyed the vintage shabby chic makeover? Hit like, click subscribe, and ring the bell to keep the cozy content coming. Leave a comment with your favorite tip and I'll see you in the next video. Happy decorating, friends!